Here's another problem, a little bit of a variation. The ball is thrown down. So you throw it down and it's going to fall as time goes on. If you throw it with an initial speed of 5 meters per second, the question is, what is its new speed at some time later, in a elapsed time of 2 seconds? There's some things that we know, no matter what. So let's draw the initial location. Let's call this I. And then since we're falling down, I'll just come down here and call that the final location. We know automatically that things are going to be pulled down by gravity, accelerated gravity at that location, at a value of g. And it's going to be accelerated downward with some value of g at that location. And at any intermediate point, it's going to be accelerated at a constant value of g. And we know g's magnitude and direction are negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Some other things that we know. The initial speed is downward and is 5 meters per second squared, or 5 meters per second. Since it's going downward, what's the sign on the velocity? That's right, it's negative. And then sometime later, how would I draw this velocity vector? Which way would it point? And how would I draw its length? Think about that. That's right, very nice. It's going to be pointing down, and it will be longer than it was before. Why is that speed, or the velocity, greater than it was before? That's because it's being accelerated by gravity the entire way down. We know that the equation number 1 that we're going to apply is V is equal to V naught plus AT, and that acceleration is g, which is negative 9.8 meters per second squared. So we can sub it in. V is equal to the initial speed, be careful, negative 5 meters per second, plus the acceleration, negative 9.8 meters per second squared, times the time. That would be 2 seconds down the road, 2 seconds later, and we're good. This is the speed we started off with, negative 5, and this is the speed at which we gained. So it's going to be negative 5 meters per second plus negative 6. Let's just erase that. We'll come back and rewrite it. There we are. Meters per second. And then when we reveal, it's going to be about negative 25 meters per second, a little bit less than that. When we reveal the answer, negative 24.6. Again, that negative sign is a big tell. It gives us quite a bit of information. The fact that it's going to be falling downward at that point in time. So we know its speed and which way it's moving. Great work.